when you fell out the raft and you separated your shoulder on the river, and I thought you were full of shit. I'm like, you know what I mean? Because we both fell out, and I'm like,
that rock though.
yeah, but again, when you got out, to me it looked like I'm like, bro, you're over exaggerating. It looked like you were just leaning over, like you weren't.
I could.
And then when dude got out, the EMT that just happened to be on the raft got out, and he's like, oh yeah, it's out. And then when he put it, I was standing there. And when he put it back in and I heard it, it was like, I was like,
remember,
ooh.
it took him a couple tries.
Like, I got chills, dude. I got chills right now thinking about that. That sound.
It took him 2 tries. Because Jern, shouts out to Justin Jern, or Jason Jern, he was because it took him twice. Because he was shorter than me.
Yeah,
and
he
couldn't
get the leverage on
and plus we're on the sand, we're on the river.
And it was kind of.
Yeah, it was on the slope. So the first time he couldn't get it, and I'll never forget Jern, we got on the boat, he said, Friendly, you're a tough son of a bitch. Because when he didn't get it the first time, I'd have knocked his ass 6 weeks away from me. He said so. It took him twice, but that's the thing about having if anybody's ever had any kind of dislocated thing, it's more the pressure that hurts. Once they put it back in place, it's sore because stuff stretched, but it's like, oh, remember, because the moment he put it back in, I was like, all right, I'm sore, but I can get on the raft and I can paddle. Because remember,
because we were in the canoes. We were in the kayaks.
Kayaks, yeah. And then he got in my kayak and I got on the boat. Yeah.
It's your fucking fault though, dude. Actually, I didn't fall out. I thought because every time we went down a rapid, you remember I was on a kayak all summer. All summer. I've been down that fucking river at least 50 times.
Even when you were drunk, you didn't fall out.
I would, because I knew it. Like I could go down the rapid and still have fun in the rapid, but I wasn't going where I knew it was gonna flip me over in a rough part of the rapid.
Well, we're gonna talk about that.
And I'm like, Bob, where we going? He's just.
I wanted to go. No,
going into the worst part of the rapid.
Listen, listen.
Just like when Ron knocked us out of the raft, and fucking we bumped heads and all that.
No, that was my fault.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It was my fucking birthday.
Yeah.
And you were shit-faced drunk in the front of the raft, and we're coming up on the fucking rapid, and you're like, you're like fucking.
I was straddling.
You're like got your feet out of the front of the raft.
No, I was straddling.
And you're like, you had that.
This is why Big Friendly should not drink in dangerous situations.
You had that. I'm way too comfortable on the river. About you and Ron,
I've been doing the
Ron saw his opportunity
because I've been doing guiding by then.
You waited till right as we're getting up on the raft to try to put your feet in, and he slammed us against that rock. And I'm on this side, you're on that side. You hit the rock. I'm looking forward with my stuff. All I remember is boing, and I woke up and I'm under the water with my feet still in the raft.
Is that when I knocked everybody out the raft?
I couldn't get back up because I'm like this, because I had my feet tucked under the rope.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm literally being stuck.
Ronnie Milton, can you please put a comment down below?
This motherfucker.
And let the people know about this is a true story.
This was 7 people in a river raft.
So let's start it from beginning.
7 people in a river raft.
So it's me, Joey.
He knocked 5 of us out.
So let's get the story straight.
Bounced off a rock, hit me in the head. His body flips and knocks everybody on my side of the raft out.
Here's the funniest thing about that story.
And then Ron's big-ass cousin tried to drown me because she holding on to me. I'm like, bitch, you got a life jacket on.
So this is how the story starts. Our friend Shane, shouts out to Shane and Riza. Riza doesn't know how to swim. Riza didn't want to go rafting. We talked her into going rafting for an hour and a half. So now it's it's Q, it's Friendly, it's Stacy, it's Shane, it's
the part that matters. The part that matters.
So here we're going down. I fly into him head first, knock him out. In midair, first when I swing like this, I knock Shane out. So Shane goes flying out. Missile across the head, butt him out. In midair, swing, and my hip takes out Stacy. No, and then I kick Shane out. I knocked somebody else out.
You knocked out the whole
everybody.
My side of the boat.
Everybody but Riza and Ron were the only people who stayed in the boat.
Yeah. Out of 7 people, 5 people went in the water.
Yeah.
In a rapid.
Yeah.
Because somebody couldn't get their fucking feet right.
Because I was drinking.
Yeah.
And you said it when we started.
I thought you got me with your oar.
I know.
Because I didn't see it coming. I was looking ahead. I'm paddling. Ron's like, paddle, and I'm paddling. Boing. And I'm just like, wake up under the fucking water, stuck in the boat. I had to like pull myself out, and all I could think was, put your feet forward, Joey. Put your feet forward. Put your feet forward.
I just remember.
And then this big bitch grabbing me, holding on to me, and I'm like, you got a life jacket on. You heard this. You did the deal. Feet forward before we get in. You've lived on this river your whole life. You know. Why are you grabbing me? Bigger than me. Especially at that point, I was skinny as shit then. Living out there in Trinity. I got super thin. That's all I remember is just boing.
We used to have the river, Trinity River rafting and all that stuff, and doing the bonfires with Ron at the tap and all that. That like coming from like where we come from, like see like growing up, see the mountain reminds me of summer camp. You know what I'm saying? So growing up as a kid, and I'm gonna say it like this: if you don't know who May Pearl is, God rest her soul, then you don't know nothing about the Carmen's Projects. This woman was everybody's mother, did everything to make sure all of us did right. So
I didn't live in the projects, but I went to Lindbergh.
Yeah, she worked at Lindbergh.
She really, 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 really was that person. Like she was awesome. She was really, really there for me at a really, really bad time in my life.
Everybody.
I will always remember her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace,
Rest
man.
in peace,
You were awesome.
Yeah. So even before I moved into projects, we lived on 55th Street, North Long Beach. We used to go to summer camp. So summer camp was basically in the mountains. You go there for like a week. And if anybody out there went to Camp Oaks, Indian Village, Camp High Hill, Camp Paloray, please put a comment down in the section from the years of like 86 to 91. So we would go to summer camp every year because our mom would just try to get us out the house. That's how parents did. But then we moved into projects in the summertime. My mom really wanted us away because the summertime was when everybody got out, everybody came to hang. So it just got, so my mom would send us to summer camp. And summer camp was like the mountains. You go up there, you're riding horses, you're doing archery, you're swimming in lakes and rivers. They're taking you, they're taking you, what is it called, water skiing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
Camp High Hill once.
So it goes back to what you were saying when you were saying like how friendly you can easily mingle in a room of people you don't know. I think my mother and father
grew up doing that.
Sending us to summer camp, and when you go to summer camp,
you're with a plethora of different types of people.
Well, here's the thing though. So certain kids,
poor kids,
yeah, in the middle, but certain kids went to certain. So you knew certain kids by the camps. Right. So certain kids went to certain camps, and other kids went to certain camps. We were just fortunate, thanks to May Pearl, rest in peace, that we got to go to all the camps. Like we got to go to some twice. Like we go there the first few camps, and then at the end of the year go to the next. At the end of the summer, go to the next session. So being up in the mountains with Ron and all them, shouts out to everybody up on the Trinity Mountain up there. Number love, you guys take care of me.
I do.
Yeah. But to me, that's why being up there with feeding Ron's horses, when you made the comment like Bobby, you're the only person I know, it's because
it was just because you would go drive like 8 miles and then 8 miles back to go pick fucking crab apples just to feed the horse.
Yeah.
Like, and for whatever reason, it's just it's something you enjoy doing. Like I'm looking at that and I'm watching this horse slobber all over your fucking hand, and I'm like, okay, I fed the horse like once or twice. I'm good with that. You would just go out of your way. Something relaxed you with it. I don't know why.
Well, like I said, like going back to summer camp. You got to do that at summer camp.
Hey, man, like I said, whatever floats your boat. Some people, you know.
Hey, it's a funny story about that because Levi, you remember how big Levi was? Levi, Ron's horse.
The horse, yeah.
I used to feed him Roy Hill. Shout out to Roy Hill. His wife would make horse cookies, like out of oatmeal and stuff, actual for the horses. Yeah. So she would always give me a bag or two. Levi loved the chewable runts, naturally. So when Ron gave Levi to the Jerns, they had a couple other horses, and I don't know if you've ever been to the Jerns house. It's like when you first turn on the street and go over the bridge. It's the very first house on the left. I'm just saying, when you turn off the main road,
I know where you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. Well, behind their house is just field. because we went over there one time and helped him pick up hay, helped bale hay.
Uh-huh.
So I go there, I ask, hey, Ron, can you call and see if I can go? And they're like, yeah, tell Friendly he's welcome anytime he wants to come. Just walk in the gate, he doesn't get there. So one day I go, I had a bag of the cookies, a bag of apples, and I went and stopped at the tap and grabbed a couple things of runts. Go up to the Jern's part. Miss Jern, she's in the window. They got the big picture window that looks out over the property. She's drinking coffee or whatever, sitting there with her daughter-in-law, someone. I wave, they wave, I walk out. Dude, Levi and these 3 horses are like 80, 100 yards away, just on the other side of the property, and they look small. I yell, Levi, Levi, and he pulls his head up and does that look, and then that look of familiarity, and takes off. Now, I'm nervous because I'm watching this 2-ton animal come at me full speed ahead, and you can feel the ground. And I'm thinking, if this horse don't stop, no matter how big I am, I'm toast.
Yeah.
So he pulls up, stops, comes, looks at me, does the rub his head, goes right to my pocket. Pull the runts out. I'm starting to feed him. The runts, apples, just everything. You know, I'm bending down, grabbing. All of a sudden, another horse head, just a big ass horse head right here.
Like, where's mine?
And so now I'm like, so I'm feeding him. All of a sudden, another horse head. So now I got 3 horses. I love Miss Jern.
Oh, you're like in ecstasy over
I was loving it. I'm feeding them horses,
getting covered in horse slobber.
and I'm feeding horses, and they're just all around me. So as I'm leaving, Miss Jern comes out. She's like, Bobby, sweetheart, you're a big man, but I've never seen you disappear. Those horses made you disappear because the way they were. But to me, like I said, that just takes me back to summer camp when we got to ride horses and feed horses and brush the horses and give them baths and stuff. So I guess, like you said, maybe that's the relaxing thing, because to me, it's like I don't think about that. Yeah, I don't like the horse slobber on my hands and shit.
You know, a lot of people love horses and horses relax them, but usually it's people that grew up around horses. You know what I mean? Like really grew up around.
I know what you mean, yeah.
You know, like on an everyday basis, not just at a fucking petting zoo or some shit.
Well, no, summer camp.
You remember? Well, summer camp. Well, shit. You remember? So
that place down there by Shady Acres, right?
When I was a little kid, and we lived. I want to say when I was like maybe 6 or 7, we moved from Lakewood to Long Beach, over there in the apartments on Atlantic, just past Artesia. When you go like say you're coming from Houghton Park and you're going like toward Artesia, go under the overpass. There's 2 sets of apartments right there, and we lived in the second one. And my Aunt Lori was the manager of the first one. My grandparents was the manager of the second one. We moved from the house over there. But all the kids in the apartment complex, see, like right behind us was the LA riverbed.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And so, you know, there's a path along the river. And if you go down from behind our apartments and go down it straight, like more like towards Compton, there's somewhere, or there was somewhere along it, there was like horse stables.
Yeah,
like, people would ride their horses on the LA riverbed.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah.
And there was horse stables. So a bunch of us would go over there and look at the horses.
Take you all the way back there behind Shady Acres and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All down the LA River.
We'd go back there and look at the horses and stuff. And one day, because, you know, just as a kid, especially,
there was that golf course over there.
I don't remember a golf course. I'm sure there is. But I remember the horses. And I remember as a kid, we used to like go over there, and somebody pointed out how big the horses' necks were. And like, obviously, you know, I'm like, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, yeah, like big as my head. Like, damn. I can't remember the kid's name. I could see his face. I could see he had the worst. This is the early 80s. He had the worst afro. Like, worst now. Like, the mother never saw a pig.
Is that one just nappy?
It was just, it was just bad. Like, you know, just, mother just didn't get haircuts. Or get, you know, parents probably didn't. But anyway, I just remember he had fucked up hair.
Yeah.
And somebody dared this kid. He was just one of them kids, like, you know,
excuse me.
I was gullible. I wasn't that stupid.
Yeah.
And he walked up and flicked that horse in the nuts. Woo! Fucked his whole shit up. lucky to be
Jackass
alive.
kicked him.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Both feet?
Yeah. But
Both
no, just
limbs?
one. But it was like he only partially caught him
Thank God.
because he did, you know, like he was behind a little metal gate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the acid, that's why. I mean, he probably thought he was good, but he got right between the gate, so he didn't really catch. He caught it, but he didn't really catch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he could have, and it was like here. Luckily, it wasn't here. You know what I mean? Because we were little kids, like, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7 years old. He didn't even. Oh shit! And you know, as kids do, what do?
Laugh.
We ran because the first thing we thought is we are in trouble. We are in trouble. Don't do that, kids. You stay and you help. We all got caught. You know what I mean? Everybody found out who was there, but
Man down.
man down. But you know, it's one of those things. Like I think maybe that's why I'm not afraid of horses, but I'm cautious of like you because that's a big, strong animal. Now they may have flat teeth, they may be herbivores, but they bite you. You don't feel that shit.
You don't lose a finger.
You don't feel the fuck out of that.
My
they kick you. You're definitely feeling that.
My first girlfriend up here. I won't say no names. My first girlfriend up here lived in Palisades. I remember the next door neighbors had horses, and I used to feed horses. And I remember she telling me, she's like, "People don't understand. You don't feed a horse like this because they'll bite your fingers off. Not on purpose because they're how strong they are. That's why you have to
put your head
like this." So I always thought that when you look at a horse, when you look at their fucking mouth, all this is just muscle. Just muscle. Yeah, I don't want that thing biting me for any reason.
I don't want nothing biting me.
No, especially.
I don't want a mosquito biting me. I sure shit don't want a horse biting me.
But you remember in high school I had a tarantula.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you see what I'm saying? So,
but again, that's your thing. You like animals.